Should be all set, Les, whenever you guys are ready.
Thanks. Hey, Taylor, good morning. Good morning. Is it fair to ask, just how's practice going the first couple days in terms of preparation for Clemson?
I'd say it's going really well. I think guys are being really intentional this week and, coming out with a purpose this week, like each and every week.
We heard on Saturday, some of the guys said that practices weren't so intentional last week. So is it ramped up at all?
I think we're just trying to get back into a rhythm of things. Like you said, I'd say it wasn't intentional last week, and that's not because of the opponent. I think it was just more so just our mindset going into it. I don't think we had the right mindset going into it. And I think this week, I don't think kicking it up a notch is the right word to say. I think it's just more of an attention to detail, more focus, rather than kind of just going through the motions and just expecting things to come to us,
Not trying to be a jerk, but did you guys lose sight of the phrase? Like, the mindset is the phrase of the season. Like, did that kind of lose focus in last week?
I wouldn't say we lost our mindset. I think it was just more so of it wasn't really a sense of urgency that we need each and every week. And I think that's on the fault of the older guys on the team. I think we could have been more vocal, could have been pushing guys a little bit more. But yeah, no, I think that's what we needed. It was kind of a kick in the butt. Let's get rolling. Let's get things moving. Let's get in a rhythm.
Taylor, what were some of the lessons that you guys on the offensive side of the ball maybe learned Saturday by facing Liberty and having that close call that you can put into use this Saturday against Clemson?
I think the big thing, like we just hit on, is just, being intentional in practice. Whatever you do in the practice field translates to the game field. So I think it's really about building those good habits in practice that will end up putting the results on the field. And I think that last week, we started to get a little bit lazy. Maybe we're starting to get into the thick of the season. People are starting to get tired a little bit. So I think that the big thing is just being intentional, building good habits, and knowing that will pay dividends on game day.
Coach Clawson mentioned that you guys needed a game like that against Liberty. Are you kind of glad that you had that game before the matchup with Clemson this week and what it means for you guys?
I wouldn't say just because we play Clemson. I'd say just early in the season, let's start getting this stuff flushed out. Let's start getting into a rhythm. We got ACC play on deck, and I think that, like you said, yeah, it was a kick in the butt, and I think that's exactly what we needed, just like Coach Clawson said.
Hey, Taylor, it's been forever, or so it probably feels like to Wake Forest fans, since you guys have beaten Clemson. Do you guys feel any weight, any pressure, because you've got such an experienced team, you've got such a high quality team, that this is the year to do it?
I don't think it's about them. Honestly, I think it's about us being who we are, and like I said, just focusing on the details on the practice field, taking care of what we need to do and what we can control, and then the results hopefully will speak for themselves. So I think what we can control is our effort and attitude going into each practice day.
Taylor, last week, Saturday, it was big performances by Keyshawn and Jamal Banks that kind of led the way for your receiver group. What does that say about your room that you can go kind of at least 5 deep and it can be anybody on any given Saturday?
I think it's awesome, just having that depth and being able to rotate guys. It's a long season, so having 5 guys, 6 guys that can go out there and play for us and make plays on any given night, I think it's a huge help. So, I mean, kudos to Jamal and Key for going out there and making really big plays, but, it's a group, it's just football's a team sport. So I think that kind of speaks to that. And I'm really excited for our group and what we can accomplish this year.
Conversely, when I was kind of looking through some numbers a couple of weeks ago, I noticed really for the first time that you've got like a consecutive game catch streak that goes all the way back. The only time you haven't had a catch in a game is when you didn't play any receiver snaps. You've had to catch in every game. What is it about your consistency to always be part of the game and making an impact, Taylor, every game? And does that streak mean anything to you?
I attribute that streak to the program, just buying into the system, Coach our system, buying into Coach Higgins and Coach Clausen, just everything that they've coached us to do. I think I do a good job of, really buying in. And I think that's kind of, a result of that buy-in. I don't attribute that to anything special I've done. It's just really just doing what I'm coached to do. And I take great pride in that. And hopefully I can, obviously it's a streak, and I mean, it is what it is, but I'm more concerned about winning ball games. If that meant I didn't catch a ball for the rest of the year, so be it. But if we're winning games, then I'm happy.
Yeah, on the subject of Jamal, we saw back last fall camp that he was capable of making some of those plays. Does it feel like it was kind of a slow buildup, and did you feel like he had to be a little patient for his moment to finally come on Saturday?
A little bit, like you said, we've seen Maul make those plays. He makes those plays all the time. And I think just like the rest of us, I think everyone's at some point in their career had to be patient, just and wait for the opportunity to come. And Maul kept putting in the work, and he kept buying in, and, the results spoke for themselves. So I'm really happy for him, and I hope we can keep it rolling.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
All right, everyone, we have Chelen here whenever you're ready.
Chelen, a couple of your teammates talked Saturday after the game that maybe last week wasn't the best week of practice, and that maybe you guys kind of let off of the gas a little bit through the week. Do you feel that's changed a little bit this week? And are you all making the proper adjustments to kind of ramp up in competition?
Yeah, definitely. Last week came out a little flat in practice, wasn't hustling to the ball all the way. But this week, Coach Clausen even talked about today, like being intentional about everything we do. So, got the defense together, make sure we run the ball, make sure we button up the ball carrier, because we had too many missed tackles last week. So we doing everything the right way in the fine details to make sure that doesn't happen again.
It certainly didn't seem like you missed too many tackles yourself on Saturday, though. How did you kind of grade your game? It looked pretty impressive.
I mean, I did all right. I missed a couple tackles, but it was just all preparation. Our room just getting us together, Coach Adams, Coach Lambert. So they just helped me and put me in the right position. So yeah.
Chelen, I know you weren't on the field last year when you guys played Clemson, but given their recent history against Wake, does it feel like this almost needs to be a perfect game in order to take them down to the wire and play a 4-quarter game against them?
I mean, it's just about us. I feel like it don't have to be perfect. I just feel like we just gotta focus on what we're doing. Coach said it earlier, like 1-0 every week, nothing changed. Like, we're not doing nothing special, just being us, hard working, and being intentional about everything we do with a purpose. So that's what we're gonna do.
Did it feel like at the end of Saturday's game that you guys still went 1-0, or was there a bitterness to that made it a little hard to swallow?
It was a little bitterness. We still want to know, though. Coach always said, it's hard to win at all at the college level, especially this level. So, celebrate it, but, knowing that, next day we're going to come in, there's going to be a lot to fix, take the criticism, and get back to work.
How ugly was that film review on Sunday?
It was all right. It wasn't the best, I'll tell you that. Just stuff that, I feel like the fundamentals that we just, missed, like missed tackles. We had too many missed tackles, That was one key thing that, as a defense, that we struggled on. So doing everything to fix that this week.
Is that the biggest thing you guys kind of took away from the game last week, was the missed tackles, the fundamentals? Because for the most part, you guys played a pretty good game as a unit.
Mm-hmm. Yep, definitely with the fundamentals. Just going back, missed tackles, stepping on toes, wrapping up. A lot of just, we hitting them, but we wasn't wrapping up. So we definitely working on that intentionally this week.
Chelen, what is it that you do to fix the mixed tackles? Is it drills or is it mindset? Or is it, what exactly is it that you do during the week to fix missed tackles?
A little bit of both. You know, the scout team, you know, thudding them up. But last week we just like tagging off and just not wrapping up. But this week making sure that we're actually like wrapping the scout team players up, not taking to the ground down like that, nothing crazy. You know, just making sure we're wrapping them up, stepping on toes, and running through.
That's all set.
You've mentioned stepping on toes a couple times. Is that new? That I don't think I've ever heard that. Where does that come from?
That's Coach Adams. Coach Adams brought that. Coach Adams brought that. Stepping on toes. Literally, like if you breaking down and you step, like take the extra step, because people don't like dive. If you like take the extra step and step on his toes, like you'll make the tackle. So he brought that with him.
That's all set. Thanks.
Thank you.